all the metal work is finished. So we've taken it outside and I'm applying a heavy coat of epoxy primer. The epoxy being a two-part catalyzed paint. I'm in the full suit with respirator, goggles, rubber gloves. Not much to the process other than just spraying. Try to get all the nooks and crannies. This is spraying in real time. I'll try to give a little indication of the amount of work involved in doing a restoration like this. Lots of steps. Lots of standing back and admiring your work. Being out in the sunshine is really difficult to paint. The sharp, dark shadows and the sun gleaming off of the wet paint makes it really hard to see into the areas where the notes you've got them covered. The only way is just to get down amongst it and do it. We flip the frame over. We're doing the top side first. We'd like to keep the bottom side as pristine as we can, because that's the side that is most easily seen. Spending a lot of time into the areas that we work to get a little build. This is a high build epoxy, so we can sand out some of the imperfections. Of course, the frame was not very nice when it was brand new. They didn't care that much about trying to be in a car show. So leaving it a little rustic, we'll let it fit in, but we'd like it to look nice. Awful lot of work's gone into this.
Okay.
Now we're in the next day, and as much as I would have liked to have left this in real time, it was an all-day job. We started fairly early, and we're giving it a nice sand, smoothing out the bottom that can be seen, and just using Now that we've flattened everything out with the power sanders on the bottom that can be seen easily, Process now is just using a scrub pad, getting in all the little spots, sanding away the shiny. This is, as the saying goes, why they call it body work, not body fun. There's no way to hurry it up. You just have to get in there and do it.
Sanding goes better with beer. Do the plastic voiceover on it. That's why they call it body work.
And I believe he's right. It is better with beer. Speeded this up 8 times the normal speed. As I said, this was all day, and this part here is only one side of it. Got everything sanded to our satisfaction. Tim is now spraying on the wax and grease remover using a special rag for paint that doesn't leave any lint to wipe it down. And at this point you try not to touch the metal again. Rubber gloves help. But in reality, I've kind of found by the time you do it a little while, the solvents wash all the oils off your fingers, and it's not too bad if you do touch it here and there a little bit. Prep work is done. I've got this segment in real time. Give some indication of how long it takes to get in, even once you get it ready and you do the spraying. You notice all the dark spots on the frame. While it was inside under the neutral lighting, I took a can of the Eastwood semi-black under hood paint and got in there and got to all the places that wouldn't be easy to reach with the paint gun and darkened all of them out before we started. This helps in getting all of the spots, but as much as anything it helps prevent runs because you don't force the big spray gun to try to get into a tiny spot, and it doesn't take much for them to slip out. This is a new paint gun. It is a Harbor Freight, but it's their top of the line Black Widow, and I like it a lot. It sprays out real nice, breaks the paint up good. The controls are a little different than what I'm used to. It took me a while to get her dialed in the way I like it, but so far I could recommend it if anybody's looking for a better than average paint gun. It doesn't cost $800 like a good Sata does. I can say this will do the job. It is the gun that I will use to paint the car and put the clear on. I think it'll do a good job with both. As you can see, I've speeded things up. Found when I do these, I just have to do it meticulously. Just pick the back, work your way to the front. Keep looking at it from different angles, trying to see where I've missed. And there's always a place that I've missed. Tim photobombing me, making video for his car club. Got the camera pretty far away as I didn't want to get paint all over it. Although this paint is a single stage paint, doesn't have the activators and catalysts in it, hence no soot and just a dust mask. And I didn't even bother with the rubber gloves because it doesn't stick to my skin near as like it does with the epoxy. Moving right along, I had to go in and refill the paint gun. Pretty much put 2 full coats on this side of the frame. Maybe spend a little more time in the engine bay area there since it will be seen and get a fair amount of abuse. Flip the frame over, finding more areas that couldn't see before on the other side to darken up. But I used pretty much the same technique. Start at one end and work toward the other end in a deliberate fashion. Went in and got Tim, get another set of eyes You look over down to the final bit of paint left in the gun. Find any spots that I had missed or perhaps were a little dry. Also, it helps that if we do find something later, I got someone to share the blame with for not getting all the spots at the time. Past inspection, putting a full wet coat on the sides of the frame since those are visible, and on the bottom since that's the part that can be seen with the car up in the air. We did flip the frame back over, and I took and put another slick coat around the front control arm area and all the part under the hood so it would look real nice with the motor sitting in it. The finished product. 2 coats of Eastwood satin black frame paint. In product of 2 weeks of intensive labor. Does look nice. Almost ashamed to put all the parts on it and hide it underneath the car. Mounting points come out real nice.